So on the 4-hour chart, we smacked off the target. We had the target um, anywhere from here to, if you would have bought down here in these blue triangles, or these whatever triangle colors. So you bought down here, say, on the 4 hours, so you're trapped below the floor, and you got a chance to pull the trigger here if you're awake. And you could pull the trigger, here's a seller's coming in, and a failure, right? And we see divergence on the daily. It's such an extreme move. Classic move. Doesn't make it to this, but that's the target. Once again, there's still sell limit plans up here. It wouldn't change a thing. Just because of this move, the way it did it, the only thing I would say here is that anything above this is the Lonely Wick or the Williams Fractal, almost. One more bar and it would be. That's the problem, because if you go to the 3 hour chart, it looks beautiful, the setup. So in MT5, you could look at the charting in there and make decisions. But it won't change the fact that, like here, it's less decisions because it's a 4-hour chart, that this area right here is going to be where the scalpers, high probability winning scalp plans work. Spread is under a pip, and then commissions. So it's really a pip. A little bit of commissions here, and then it's pip. So here's the other entry window is the doji, which anytime you see a small move, we'll assume a doji. We don't have to break out the, this is the order block, I suppose, the secret puzzle. So you could say that all day long, but if you get in really big and put too tight a stop on that, or you didn't get in big enough, this is a high probability 50 pip winner, right? From the 50 to the 50. The 25 in between, you could have scaled out. Trade's over. So now what? Kind of drifty. News is coming out tomorrow. To me, the trade's over. If I'd sold here to here, I made 50, I'm done. I'm bought here, I'm long here now. I'm long. I'd have to be long here, and hopefully I can make 25 pips. So can you make 20 to 50 pips a day? Yeah, I mean, but here, look at this big pennant flag triangle, whatever you want to call it, consolidation. This is like a lot of nothing. So when the market gets into these stalls of 25 pips, you can get in there with a 12 pip stop. You got stops down here, right? Here's where they did a baby, I would say a money management hunt, because algorithms that keep doing a cancel replace on their long positions, see, they don't get stopped out. If you look at the lower low and higher high, and that whole speak of higher highs and higher lows, I never know what people are fucking talking about. Are you talking about this is making higher highs for a turtle trade? This is making higher highs, and you're going to go long here. So all the trades are in here. You just got to get the sizing right to see how much money you can afford to lose and win. And what is the cycle? Rinse and repeat on the 4-hour chart. I'm still not understanding why okay, so you're super casual trader, you're going to put the daily charts up and you're going to put an 8-period moving average on your daily. Well, that's a weekly chart. You're looking at the weekly trend. You smoothed out the data to make it look pretty. And this is what people are doing, I think. Another big problem. So I watched the debate. Pretty interesting. And, of course, it's pretty tough when you only have 2 minutes to speak. So that's why Trump is talking over the person. And I talk over people all the time. So I can understand, because, like, I know what you're saying. Next. It's unbelievable. Who's got the patience for this fucking lying piece of shit Biden? And he's a politician. He's going to sit there and go, oh, yeah, well, It's the party line to put up this, oh, I'll be tough. Because, you know, it comes out, you can see he wanted Trump to just go, Trump, could you please, hey, man, stop this thing. I can't believe I'm doing this. Anyways, but we'll let that, let that go aside. But these guys are already up how much on this trade right now this morning? And all they did was buy this little supply zone down here. Now you could say stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4. You mean the 4-bar back stop hunt? I suppose. Also, what I mean is that since this is down so hard, it's down 25 pips in 1 hour. The 1 hour bots bought at the market, and they're up right now. Now they could be scalping out. But notice how the 4 hour closes down, and then there's one more little wick. That's because they're trying to trick you, see? Because they know you're using the RSIs. But like here, this top becomes a bottom perfectly. Here's the ICT argument. I'll be ICT. If anybody's an ICT survivor from oh my God. Because see how it really, there's so many juicy trades in there structurally. But if you were thinking in terms of like, I'm going to wait till we come back to this doji. Just never makes it there. So are you willing to buy all the way down and start to scale in? You buy a little bit here, buy more, and you're prepared to buy this window. You know this is the hot spot. The hot spots. It's no nonsense to be talking about them hot spots. But look, this is a chunk of money here. This is 50 pips. If you're any kind of size, and you could run a like it's a 12 pip stop here. Right, 12 pip stop. 10 for a sloppy broker. That's 10. That's 12 pip window. And look at that, trade's over. I mean, that's a nice clean 50. It's a clean 50 even for the guy that got in on a breakout theory concept style. So there's a big difference between concepts and style, because style means execution and theories are just something to hang your hat on so you don't feel like when you lose you're doing something stupid. You're like, well, I had a good reason to do it because structurally with all these tickets, they can't all be winners. I'm sorry. If they were, then you would just be the most. You could just say, "Oh, I stay awake. I come. This is 5:30 in the morning. I get up, or this is the London sell-off. You know, this is kind of like get a pullback. If this is going up, it's going to take a breath in London. How deep a breath? Are you going to sell that breath? And are you waiting for the next price pulse and whatever, how you want to describe all these moves? Are you waiting for the Holy Grail? Are you waiting for the Holy Grail? So if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're afraid to be right or wrong, it's not. It's an incremental thing. It's like if you're going to do 100 trades, hopefully you can trade 100 trades and just keep going, you know. Because maybe only 20 of those are winners for whatever dollar amount, and it's just about pulling the trigger and just make it, you're just numb to the fact that you're going to put these orders in or you're going to pull the trigger. If it's really down hard in 4 hours, now we're inside the fold now, right? We've made insane lows. I would say anybody that's long from here is like, are they adding now in anticipation that we're just going to keep ripping north? Probably. Like the conservative people, they're probably already out on the top of that wick, and then the scalpers, the people that are trying to make 50 pips are different than the people that are trying to make 200 pips. Those people can both coexist. It's just a train ride. And some of these train rides, like this one here, it was just epic. Had you placed an insanely large order here, because this here, and there's no secret puzzle here. I think this has been obvious for a long time what's going on here. that is a great place to get in for a couple reasons, because the momentum into that is so severe. And it's so severe because it's cutting through this hole. Right? This is the hole. It's so funny. Now, here it's like, so why are people getting whiplashed and smashed to bits in here? Because they tried to put a moving average on this and they ruined the whole bar by bar drama. So now it looks like it's going to make a bounce here. But you know there's going to be a problem up here. There always is. This is where this is where, so for watching the debates, Chris Wallace comes in right here and fucks up the whole. Dude, if Chris Wallace would have got the fuck out of the way, these guys could have just been probably just hitting each other physically. It would have been beautiful. So, and this guy from the university it's the worst debate I ever heard. I'm like, you retired piece of shit, get the fuck out of here. It was with the Marxist clan, the one with the parade of Marxists following you to the, Jesus Christ, man. I got some guy spamming my channel with comments about come to the what is it? Oh, it's some weird name, and I always Google the name and nothing ever comes up. I put trader something, and it's just the cutest spam, and I'm like, it's this heartfelt thing. I was scammed once, dude. I was scammed the day I was born. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here with this shit? And it's like this old school, like, oh my God, geez, come on, people. When the street light stops, we don't crash our cars. We're not fucking retarded. And then for some reason, I came across Miley Cyrus last night and discovered that she sings really good. She's making up for the fact that she's pornographic by singing really good. And I noticed the guys in the band were wearing masks, and I just about threw up because I thought, really? Is this the new thing? Everybody's going to wear a mask now? Like it's a fashion statement now. I want the chicken wire mask. I really want to as soon as they outlaw the mask thing, I'm going to start putting masks on. So as soon as I told everybody, if you're not supposed to wear it, I'm going to be wearing it. You just missed you missed the trend there. You just were on the wrong side of that market. Now, what if somebody who was making masks and they turn out later that all the mask makers they released the virus? Is that just too simple of a conspiracy? So is this going to march on and on up? Oh, I don't know. I don't care. So I'll make my 25, 50 pips and go back to sleep, basically. Anyways, I got to go back to my, I got to hear the posts. Fight analysis. This is some funny stuff, man. I tell you what, you can say what you will about talking over people. You talk about getting a lot of data in. Like, you can go and watch that thing. You got to take the window. You got a fighter and you got a donut. And what are you gonna do? So, anyways, I'm gonna go back to my simple life here.